Hi and welcome back to the Watch Doctor. Thanks for coming back. Today we're going to be talking about something that's made in Germany. Precision, accuracy, fantastic craftsmanship. Stick around and find out what it is. Hi and thanks for coming back. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, subscribe if you want to as well, that really helps me out, and also add a comment and I'll reply. So, what watch are we reviewing today then? Well, I mentioned in the introduction, it's German, synonymous with precision, accuracy, and it's also great workmanship involved in the watch. It is, of course, the Sinn 104 in white with the indices rather than the Arabics. So let's get to the table, let's find out what's in the box when you open it, and let's see what we think of it. So here we are again, and here we are again with another bold claim about a one watch collection. And I think as you look at this, you can see why a lot of people will say that. Now, I have gone for the white, and I know that it's not as popular as the black, but I wanted, I actually wanted a white diver. Now, although this isn't a diver's watch, it's classed more as a pilot's watch. It does give you screw down crown and water resistance of 200 meters, which we'll talk about in a bit. This is a count down bezel rather than a count up bezel. Again, I'll explain that in a little bit as well. But there's a lot of similarities there. It wears like a diver. It's very sort of sporty with the bracelet. So that's why I opted for that, because I didn't have a white faced watch in the collection. So yeah, I think when I've seen pictures and videos of people wearing the black version, it either comes with the indices here, which are the pips at the hour markers, or the Arabic numerals. I would say that that is probably your one watch collection right there, because with the black faced and either the bracelet or some of the leather straps that they sell, you really could wear that as an everyday piece, a diver's, a sporty piece, a dress piece. They do look fantastic. But let's have a look at the watch rather than sort of criticising the colour that I actually chose. So as you can see from the face, very, very simple. You've got automatic, which is obviously German with a K on the end there, and get that in focus. You've got made in Germany right down there at the 6, and you've also got Sinn. They're all painted on. You've got Sinn at the 12. All of the indices are painted on, and they're painted on with quite an interesting sort of yellowy green super luminova, I believe. But some people I've heard on reviews have been put off by the fact that it kind of glows green, and that the green against the white is what's put a few people off that. I personally don't mind it. You only really see it of an evening anyways. It's starting to get dark, and I don't think it really interferes. White and green isn't that much of a clash. But let's have a quick, let's show you that loomed up actually. So there you go. I've loomed that up with the UV touch. Quite a lot of light around, and you can see that glowing away there. Fantastic legibility in the night. Again, as I said before, I tend to put all the watches that I'm wearing for a while before I review them on the nightstand, put them on the nightstand, and then actually go through. Well, usually when I get up in the night, I can actually check to see what the lume's like, and this I can report glows quite a long way through the night. Perfect if you did want to use it for diving. It's very, very legible. And in the day as well, the white face, obviously with the filled in white syringe hands, and the black outline, also extremely legible. Easy to look at, which is the exact design of a pilot watch really. The bezel is bi-directional, and the thinking behind this is if you need to time something for 10 minutes, you set your 10 to as close as the minute hand as it'll let you. It's only a 60 click, so sometimes it's bang on, sometimes it's a little bit off like it is today. And then once your minute hand sweeps around to the pointer there, 10 minutes has gone by, and there you go, whatever you're cooking is ready. Hopefully not eggs if you've timed it for 10 minutes. Screw down sign crown, very nicely done. Again, I mean, this is sort of, you're probably going to be most people's foray into thinking about luxury watch spending brackets. Looking at about, I think this was 1400 on the bracelet, but you can pick them up on the leather, I think, for about 1,150. So yeah, you've got the spring screw down crown there, screws in and out really nicely. And then you've got 3 positions. So you've got your hand winding position there for the internal movement. It's based on Solita movement. You can pull that out to the first position, change your dates and your day. It's also German as well to wind round, and then pull it all the way out to the third position, hack in seconds, and then you can change to whatever time that is. Really, really attractive watch, really well built. I've watched quite a lot of reviews. This was probably my most expensive purchase watch-wise before I bought the Black Bay. So I did watch a lot of reviews, and I agree with what a lot of the sentiment was, which was that the build quality on them is just amazing. What one watch reviewer sort of compared the quality to Omega, and I've got to agree. I've handled a few Omegas. I've not bought one yet, but just really impressed with that kind of German craftsmanship, really. So the bracelet, we've got a double fold over clasp and a mill clasp inside there as well. No complaints about that, other than only 3 areas of micro adjustment. I've just felt lucky, it fits my wrist well. Satisfying click, and Sinn on the background there. All brushed apart from the centre parts, which are polished and really show the watch off nicely. And then we have polished case on both the sides and the top, leading into the solid end link there at the end, which is brushed, as I said. So just quickly show you the back. So as I said, they do call it their own movement, which I'll talk about, I'll put up in a sec, but it's actually based on a Sellita movement. And look at that ticking away. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? So anti-magnetic, qualified for diving at up to 200 metres, well, not up to 200 metres, it's got 200 metres water resistance, I should say. Sinn logo there. I'm struggling actually with the rest of the clasp to get you a good shot, but there you go. You can see how fantastically decorated those screws are. You can also see how that rotor's decorated as well with the Sinn logo and coloured in gold. Just a really, really handsome watch, really handsome. And there it is back on wrist. They do sell aftermarket straps, and I did buy a leather one. I'll put it on the leather one in a minute and show you that. But the straps are very competitive. I think it was about 60 euros to have that sent as well. The bracelets are, I think, a bit overpriced. If you want the bracelet aftermarket, I think you're looking at around £300, so very expensive. So let me just swap the straps out and get that on the leather for you. And there we go, that's it on the leather strap. It's dark brown leather with a white stitching, which I thought really showed off the dial colour, really accentuated that. So I mean, their attention to detail is so much so that these straps actually ship separately, and they have a little piece of plastic in, so they don't actually put the pin through the rest of the band for fear of, I suppose, changing the shape of that. But yeah, everything about them's fantastic, and to that degree I've actually dug out the box just to show how it comes. So it's that I put the bracelet back. I didn't mention, but there are little hexagonal screws to undo that. That comes inside there with an Allen key for that. Oops. And you also get the thread locking glue, I suppose, for want of a better word, or liquid. So as you put your screws back in, you put a little blob of that in, and it keeps them really secure. And since doing that, since setting that for my 7.5 inch wrist at the very beginning, I've not had to touch that. They've stayed absolutely solid in there. And in addition to that, you also get a little Sinn tool, which on one end you've got a tool to push out drilled end links, drilled lugs, sorry. And on the other side, you've got a small screwdriver, but you can also use that as a spring pry bar tool. It's also got a little measurement gauge on there, not sure why, but anyway, that's a nice touch. That comes for free. That's in your case when you get it. So very, very smart. Just reeks of everything that Germany's famous for, really. Precision, engineering. I love that beat, the 28800 beat of the Sellita movement in there, and the sign buckle. So as you can see from the website, that's their new releases there. So we've got the 103s, the 105s, and vertical date on there is very cool. And look at that that green 103 SA, also very cool. So lots of different variety. Instrument watches, which is what the Sinn 104 comes under, and if you scroll down, you can see the one that I purchased, and also some different colour combinations. And these are really interesting, the Frankfurt Financial District watches, ranging anywhere between about 2,500 and 4,500 euros, but absolutely stunning, really good looking. And then if you go onto the straps and accessories, this is where you can actually go in and purchase replacement aftermarket straps. You put your model in. You don't really need to put whether it's indices or Arabic in the colour, but there you go. And as I say, metal bracelets around 300 euros, all the way down to about, yeah, the leather ones there as well for about 60 euros. So there we go, no South Yorkshire sunshine for anybody, as it's the middle of January and it's black as pitch outside, so no hope of that. But yeah, really enjoyed it, really smart watch, fantastic value for money, and a really good starting point if you want to start stepping your way up into some of the more expensive luxury brands that are out there. So let's get back to the green room and finish off. So there you go then. I'm really impressed with this watch, as you can probably tell when we went to the table. I don't mind the countdown bezel. I think that's quite a quirky feature to get used to, rather than having a count up bezel, which is more indicative of divers. I personally really like the white face on this. I know some people will be tempted by the black. I think the clasp on the back with the second secure mechanism is fantastic. Love the bracelet. Again, some people not so keen on it being fully polished, but I'm really enjoying wearing mine. Sapphire crystal, sapphire back, fantastic movement on the inside, really well decorated. Just a great watch. 200 meters worth of water resistance, day-date complication, and a screw-in crown. So for me, it definitely hits all those spots that people are looking for the one watch collection. So thank you very much for subscribing if you've already done so. Stick around for other videos. I'm trying to get back up to doing at least one a week. And thanks for being a follower already if you've already subscribed. Also, please check out my Instagram account as well, at Influencing Nothing. And I'll see you for the next one. Thanks for sticking around.